Hi everyone, Kelly Laverne here. Listen, I don't really have an NYU talk and tell. I don't know, maybe this will turn into one, but I had the opportunity of attending a conference on Saturday. It was October 19th, with a group of women that I had never met, and I had connected with the founder of the group on social media, and we just clicked and connected, and I had the opportunity to go. Um, And since then, it's really been resonating with me, the experience that I had, and had an opportunity to meet several women. And the group and the conference is called Sis Let It Out. And that group is so amazing in that it provided a safe space for women to get together and just let it out. Oftentimes as women, we don't have that opportunity, a safe space to really just let it out, have people listen, hear us, empathize with us. We all have going through something or maybe going through something. And it was just so refreshing to be in a space, not to be judged, not to be criticized, not to be, um, just thinking thought less of because you went through something and the way that you handled it. It was just so refreshing. And that's one of the things that I endeavor for NYU, to be able to have that space. And I know we might not be able to do it in this form, um, but to even have, a private meeting, a private group where we could just let it out, not have to be judged, not have to be looked at like you're less than, or why did you do that, or you must be crazy because you put up with that. As women, we often just have to hit the ground running no matter what happened. No matter what happened, what happens, we just got to keep going. We got to save face. We got to put on our game face, and just go. And sometimes we just need an environment where somebody can say, I hear you, sis. I went through something similar, sis. We good. We got you. Or I'm glad you made it through that, sis. Look at the changes that you made. Look at all that you've accomplished. We just need that. And being among women from different backgrounds and lifestyles, and hearing their stories, I just have a new respect for these women. I really do, for women in general. Everybody's not like me, everybody's not like you. We all have our own uniqueness, our own unique experiences, our own unique ways of doing things, our own unique path in life. And to be able to share that, and to hear others share theirs, I just can't explain it. It was just, I really can't find the word for it. I want to say, enlightening, eye opening, awakening. It was all that and more. It was, an emotional experience. I'm a woman of faith, and I could even say it was a spiritual experience. And I'm not trying to be deep and mystical, um, but it was for me. I can't say how anybody else felt about it, but really, like, my eyes were open to some things. I have a new appreciation for some things, some situations, and even a new understanding about myself and some of the things that I went through in my past. And it wasn't until that day that I actually called it out and said the reason that I went through that is because I wasn't healed. I didn't take time in between the traumas or the situations to heal. Whatever that healing looked like for me, I just had got up and continued on, hit the ground running. I had my private moments, but outwardly to everybody else, I just kept going because that's all I knew to do. Maybe I was in, as they say, survival mode. And it's nothing wrong with being in survival mode. It's nothing wrong with, putting on that game face and going, because we don't want everybody in our business. But at some point, we need to be able to, exhale and say, look, this is what it is. I got this game face on, but this is what happened. We need to say that to ourselves primarily. We got to deal with us first to be able to tell our truth to ourselves and acknowledge it. A lot of times I just suppressed it and kept on going almost as if it didn't happen. So that caused me to repeat that trauma cycle, make some of those same decisions, those same movements, react those same ways because I didn't take time to deal with me, to really heal and let it out and have a place to say, oh, my God, thank you for this, or thank you for showing me this, or, oh my God, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who handled it this way, or I'm not the only one who went through this way. And not that you want to, it's not like you want to pull, what am I trying to say? It's not like you want to celebrate somebody else's trauma. It's like, it's almost like a sister, an unspoken sisterhood that happens when you come across people like that. It's not, people say, oh, misery loves company. It's not that at all. But it's like, okay, I'm encouraged now because I wasn't the only one that dealt with this, or I wasn't the only way to handle it. And, she's surviving, they're surviving. We're all still surviving. Like, we got this. The experiences are different, but there's similarities that we can all connect on. So it was just really, an awakening for me. Me personally, like, I kind of knew that there was some healing that I should have done, but for me really to acknowledge that and speak that out, that was refreshing. That was just like, just I got to release something, and it was healing for me. It was healing. And now, even when I catch myself trying to react based on those, trying to relive those trauma responses, because that becomes our second nature. Those trauma responses that we develop in order to protect ourselves, whether it's the fight or the flight, response. I'm realizing now that I still have some of those trauma responses that I'm still living through this day. And even though the trauma is gone, even though that, I've gone to therapy, I've gone to counseling, I tried to put in the work for myself. For me, I just realized my eyes are open. Like, wait a minute, that's a trauma response. Stop and think about what is happening, what is being said, and then my response and my reaction to it. So it really helped me. It really did. It helped me, again, in ways I can't even put words into. Maybe as I go along and continue along this process that those words will come to me. But it was a great experience. It really was. And I'm so grateful to the founder of that group, Sis Let It Out. It was truly something that I needed. At the time, I was sharing, but I learned so much from the other people. I was one of the people sharing, but from the other people that were sharing, I just learned so much. And then from the reactions of the people that attended the conference, it was just like, woo. So I just want to encourage you ladies, find that place, find that Sis Let It Out place for you, and be able to let it out in a safe space. Just let it out. We used to say, let our hair down. Just let it out. Let it out. Sometimes that's one of the first steps that we can take on our road to healing. And even as we're on that road, we still need a place to just be able to let it out. So I just wanted to share my experience. Thank you for listening, for watching. And I hope that you're able to let it out. Guys too, but I just really wanted to address the women. Men, it's very hard. We think we have it hard, ladies, to find that safe space. For men, it's probably almost impossible. But let it out. Let it out. And continue on living your life. Kelly Laverne, until next time.